Sack Marionette, doing business as bargain counter argument, and I'm a middle-aged lady in a tiara talking about books and counting down to Valentine's Day. It is February 12th. Oh, my goodness, just a couple more days till the end. And the wheels are kind of starting to come off the bus a little, just a smidge bit. It's one of those days where I just feel like I'm completely behind. It's already almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't even started the book. I have actually read the first few pages of the story from Meet Cute, which is by Julie Murphy. And it is called... I don't have my act together, and that's fine. It is Something Real by Julie Murphy, and this is the one that's a reality TV show thing. And here are the papers. This puts me in mind of like going to a little hole-in-the-wall diner, and they have like plastic tablecloths clamped onto the tables, and the tablecloths have this kind of pattern on them, and you have like really, really good meatloaf. That's what it reminds me of. Anyway, so far the story's pretty good, but I haven't read it all the way through yet. And then I have a book picked for today, but I don't know anything about it other than the title, and didn't even know the author. I just grabbed it. What it is Silhouette Shadow. And Silhouette Shadow was kind of like a paranormal romance line where it wasn't necessarily like the character is a werewolf, that kind of paranormal. It was more like there are paranormal events happening. It was in the early 90s, I believe. This is the 7th book, and it was published in May of 1993. So it's kind of riffing on the popularity of the X-Files. So not that they were necessarily like all about FBI agents investigating paranormal activities, paranormal phenomena. Paranormal Activity is a movie, which I haven't watched that. I should get to that. Never mind. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and read the summary out loud. And this is the first time I'm reading the summary because I got these as a lot from eBay. I got a whole bunch of Silhouette Shadows. So, yeah. So it is Flashback by Terry Harrington. Very, very 90s outfit she's wearing. Late 80s, early 90s. Through the curtain. There was something haunting in the old man's eyes, something that mesmerized Sarah Reinhardt. Then, tragically, he died before she could ask why he'd been following her, before she even knew his name. Stunned and bewildered, Sarah became desperate to discover the stranger's secrets. His name had been Marcus Stevens, and 40 years ago he'd lived in Sarah's house and had loved a woman who looked exactly like her. An unthinking, terrifying possibility took hold in Sarah's mind, but she forced it away until the truth shattered reality. Somehow, Sarah hurtled over an invisible threshold into a dangerous world where nothing was familiar, nothing except one man, the man who was her destiny. If only she could survive. Flashback. So that's what I'll be reading today. And I'll be, of course, finishing the story in Meet Cute. And I think today's just going to be a reading day. I don't have any particular need to go anywhere. I don't even think we're expecting any mail today, so I don't think I even have to slog it out to the mailbox. So yeah, I'm just going to be reading this afternoon. And yeah, so I will update you and let you know how this worked out. Okay, it's almost 8 o'clock at night, and I've mostly been trying to get these videos up between like 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock. In the afternoon, evening. Obviously that didn't happen today. I got very, very tired after lunch. I just edit for a very protracted yawn. I was yawning so hard I thought I was going to swallow my own head, and I did fall asleep. Actually, I read about a third of this book, Flashback, and then I fell asleep. No shade on the book, I was just that tired. And then I woke up, read a couple more chapters, fell asleep, repeat as necessary. And finally I woke up probably about an hour or so ago, and there was an instant message for me in Discord from my buddy Kristin, the never-ending TBR in Kristin's Corner, who is reading... Here it is, Meet Cute, along with me. She's posting a short subject about it every day, or trying to at any rate. Link in the description. And Sarah's also reading this. I think she's going to do a more comprehensive overview for Countdown to Valentines. She is every day discussing a different category romance with the word Valentine or Valentines in the cover. Anyway, so there are links to these excellent people in the description below. Anyway, there was a note, a DM from her on Discord saying, when you wake up from your nap, before she knew I was napping, there's a package for you on your front porch from Amazon. And I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. So that motivated me to get up in a way few other things would have. So I went downstairs, retrieved the package, opened it, and she sent me a new tiara. It's got a heart-shaped design and a little thing that dangles, bobbing up and down like a bobblehead in hopes that you can see it. Because, yeah, anyway, so she sent me a new tiara. It's lovely. Very lightweight, doesn't catch on my hair. Quite lovely, and it was in a beautiful presentation box. Very nice box. And it had a note that said, Happy Valentine's Day. Love, Kristin. Thank you very much, Kristin. And I have a nice new tiara to show off. So that kind of perked me up a little bit, but I am still kind of tired. Okay, so I finished the story in Meet Cute. Something Real by Julie Murphy. I enjoyed it. I generally enjoy things written by Julie Murphy, although most of what I read by Julie Murphy is for adults, not YA. I enjoyed it. It was fun. That was the reality dating one, and it was a lot of fun. I liked it. Okay, and this book, I'm probably about, I don't know if I'm a full 2/3 of the way through, definitely over half. It's okay. It's intriguing. It's a time travel thing. So she's going back and forth between the early 90s, because this was published in 92 or 93, I think it was 93, and she's going back to the 1950s, and she is oddly nostalgic for a time in which she has never lived. You know, when you're talking about progress between the 1950s and the 1990s, you don't have to crap all over the 90s. You just don't. That's kind of irritating. And I get it. I think that there's something about her that's supposed to be out of time. And I think they're setting it up so that at least you think she might go back and stay permanently in the 1950s and that she'd like it there. But she doesn't have to talk about how parents don't know how to raise children in the 90s and men don't know how to treat women because chivalry is dead. And it's like that. I would have balked at that even reading this in the early 90s. And I certainly balk at it now because there's been so much evidence that what people call chivalry is actually not great for women and not great for men either. It's putting, anyway, I don't want to get into the whole thing right now. I just want to say that that's a part of the book that's kind of grating on me a little bit. It makes it hard for me to really sympathize with her. And, man, I'm doing so much editing. I had to yawn. I had to sneeze. I had to cough. At least I didn't stop it every time I had to blink. Anyway, so she's kind of irritating me as a character. He's kind of irritating me as a character. Her sister is kind of irritating me as a character. This is not to the level of going sailing across the room. It's not even to the level of like a soft DNF. I'll finish it and hopefully, at least, there's about 80 pages in which somebody could do something that makes me throw it across the room. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is just partially these characters are irritating me, but their circumstance, the time travel aspect of it is interesting, and it's a little too insta-lovey. I usually don't mind insta-love, but in this case it's just not sitting right. So I think maybe what is the stumbling block for me here is that I'm just bringing like kind of a tired, borderline exhausted energy to it, and so that's not really helping much. Little bit of burnout maybe, but I'm not going to complain endlessly about that in this video. I'll complain endlessly about it in a video that I post sometime next week, wrapping up this entire project. And it's not going to be too complaining because, oh boy. Now that was editing, not because I coughed, not because I sneezed, not because I yawned, but because my brain just went completely offline. Just went away. So I'm going to finish this tonight, and tomorrow is going to be Flip Through Friday. I'm really looking forward to that one, and that'll be tomorrow's, and I'm going to post that in the morning tomorrow because I'm also going to be doing a bonus, Countdown to Valentines 13.5, After Hours, where I talk about some of the spicier lines that Silhouette and Harlequin put out, and I read some of those books too. And incidentally, just to sort of preview, I read 2 of those books last night after I got rid of that one. And I really, really like those two books a lot. So that helped restore my faith in category romance a little bit. So yeah, so that's what's coming up over the next probably 24 hours or so. And then Thursday, Saturday will be the final day. It'll be Valentine's Day. Saturday the 14th. A very bad movie from the 80s. And yeah. If on the off chance you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm not the boss of you, and I hope you have a good day or night.